So tell me about Sleeping with the Fishes.
It is a film. It's my first feature. It was shot in Brooklyn. We did it in 19 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, super micro budget, but at the same time, we worked with what we had. It's a film that is based on a young girl who comes back home after losing her husband and hasn't been home in quite some time because she doesn't want to deal with facing her family, especially her mother. It's very much a mother-daughter film and a coming-of-age film later in life because she's in her early 30s.
Oh, I like that.
Little autobiographical, maybe. No, but it's loose. The characters are loosely based on my family, but the story itself is fairly fictitious. I have to say that, or else my mom will kill me.
Oh, yeah, because then people watching will be like, wait, that was about me?
Exactly.
Now, you had got some really good actors to be in your film and really high profile. How did you cast it? How did you get these great actors?
Well, my friend Sigdy Miguel is one of the casting directors that was on the project, and we actually hadn't talked in a long time, and I sent him my script and I said, by any chance, would you be interested in casting this? It's going to be a low budget film, but just read the script and tell me what you think. And he got back to me, said he really, really enjoyed it and that he was on board, and he and his partner, Steve Vincent, run a company and they have a really great reputation. They both came from larger casting offices, so they already had built this big rapport with some of these more known agencies and so forth. And I put together my idea list, who I wanted, and Priscilla Lopez was the number one person I wanted, and Anna Ortiz. And I found out about Gina through SIG. So Gina Rodriguez had just come off of Philly Brown at Sundance, and she was the next it girl. I met with her, and she just, without even auditioning, she just fit the bill. And so one thing led to another, and of course once you have names on board, then it's a little easier to get bigger names. So we went out to Stephen Strait, and that was unexpected and exciting that he actually jumped on board. And Tibor Feldman, who plays the father, he's amazing as well.
Yeah.
So
what was it like? What was it like shooting it? And this, I think I read in your bio, this was your directorial debut as well. Wow. Tell me about it.
It was just so exciting and overwhelming. And because everything happened so fast and furious that there was no time to really think about what I was doing. And to be honest, I had every book on directing there was. I had watched every movie. I knew what directors I wanted to sort of emulate. I love the Woody Allens of the world, the Julie Delpys of the world. And so I just sort of took their work and used that for inspiration. And as soon as we got on set the first day, my DP looked at me, my director of photography, looked at me, he's like, "This is when you call action." And I was like, "Oh, right, that's my job. Right, okay, I'm on it." And so it was one of those things where you just jump in blind and you let it happen. And the one thing that I will say is that for a first-time director, I felt really comfortable having had an acting background going into this, because I just sort of treated the actors the way I want. And I'm not big on saying I just want more. I really delve into the characters and what their intentions are, and they really enjoyed it. They actually were very appreciative of it, which made me feel good.
Oh, that's so great. And now, do you still act, or do you now focus on filmmaking?
Filmmaking, that's it. Being in front
You're
of the camera, totally retired, hung up that one. I would go back to stand-up comedy though, but as far as acting goes, I'm comfortable behind the camera and writing. I have a couple other sitcom scripts that I've written. I just finished my second feature, which is an action comedy called Good Egg. It's about a egg donor who gets stalked by her recipient.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
It's actually kind of funny. Not autobiographical.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that.
No. But anyway, so that's my focus right now.
Very cool. And now, coming from a stand-up comedy background, how much of that did you use in writing your film, and how did that come into play, or if it did?
It actually did, and what was funny was my very first draft of Sleeping with the Fishes, I remember sending it out to people, and they're like, "It's really funny, but it's written as if you are telling, setup, punch, joke." And I was like, "What's wrong with that?" And they're like, "There's no story." I was like, "Oh, story." So, I took the comedy and just realized that there's so much more structure involved. So I took the structure, the stand-up comedy that I had, and I just started to realize that the characters and the story itself would sort of, in and of itself, lend to comedy. So rather than trying to find the joke, I just let the characters speak for myself. So.
Oh, very cool. And now, how long did it take total to make this, in terms of writing it and the whole process?
Well, from first draft to actually shooting, well, remember, you have to raise money. So about 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so 4 years. We did a couple stage readings. I entered the script into a bunch of competitions. I was doing well. I got some interest for some production companies, but nobody really wanted to put the money behind it because A, we didn't have any actors attached, number one, and number two, I was a first-time director, and then number three, because of the theme, because it's Latino and it's also Jewish and it's got this whole mixed biracial kind of thing going on, I think, the studios were scared to put their money behind the project, and I understood that, so I just basically started going out to friends and family. And it took a lot longer than I expected, but it's very hard for to ask someone to cut a check.
Oh yeah.
But once they do, and you start getting that foundation, people seem to really like to jump on board because everybody wants to be a producer.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly in theory.
Yeah.
So that's how from start to finish. And then, like I said, we did some stage readings. Interest started going from there, and then after that, like I said, I was kind of getting tired of all the hot air, and I said, you know what, I just want to do this by myself. I had some friends who had done it and had a lot of success, and I'm hoping for the best.
How did it feel to see it on the screen here at Brooklyn Film Festival?
Surreal. Really surreal. We had our world premiere, and it was last.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We had that last Saturday night, and we had over 200 people here, and Gina Rodriguez flew in from LA, Priscilla was here, Tibor, the whole cast, with the exception of Ana Ortiz, who is actually touring for Devious Maids right now, and Stephen Strait, who's touring for Magic City on Stars, I think. And so it was just exhilarating because they had not seen it either. So they had seen a little bit of rough cuts here and there, and then to have friends, family, and then we had a lot of press here. It was
sorry we couldn't make it.
It's okay.
I can't wait to see it though.
Oh, I would love for you to see it. I would hope you'd enjoy it. But it was exhilarating. Honestly, it was a dream come true because after all the years of being an actor and doing stand up and just fighting for it, it was one of those moments where I finally was like, I feel accomplished. No matter what happens here, it was just a really good feeling. And I had a lot of love and support from a lot of people. And Brooklyn Film Festival, oh my God, between Brian and Susan and Marco, and Nathan, they just championed for me, and that's hard to find in this business, It's hard.